back to Smok'n Jay's Garage. I'm actually just trying that out. I don't think we're going to stick with that. Today we're going to show you how to solo launch and retrieve your boat. I am in the staging area right now. I got my fenders on, I got my dock lines on, so let's head over to the launch. So obviously before you got to the dock, you've got all your stuff ready. You made sure that you got your drain plug in. Like I said, we've got our fenders out, we've got our dock lines on, we've got our transom straps off. Now I am backing in on my weak side today. I always prefer to back in on my strong side. I like to dock port side. But because today we've got some people on the other dock, we got some people on the other side here, we're gonna have to do it on this side. So I like to take off my safety chain and I like to loosen up my strap so that it hangs to just below the frame. But I'm gonna leave that hooked. Make sure that you leave that hooked. When I back into the water, I'm gonna not let it go, but I want to make sure that the boat doesn't float away with this. So I'm gonna back in just so that it comes in a little bit, moves off of the bunkers just a little bit. Now this is a bunker trailer. If you have a roller trailer, this is not going to work for you. You need some other way to secure it because you'll roll that right off. Okay, this is not necessarily the best way. It's certainly not the only way to solo launch, but it's the best way that I've found, and I've been doing it for about 6 years now. I am going to back in until the top of my fender. I want the top of my fenders to be about level with the water, and I want to see my boat just slide off a little bit. I don't want it to actually pull tight on that rope. I want it to just back off, all right? So I'm going to back in, and I'll be right back with you. As you can see, the boat just broke loose from the roller, but it didn't slide off of the trailer. We just have that hooked on just in case. I'm going to go inside. We're going to fire up the engines before I come out and I unhook that. Now when I come out, since I'm doing this myself, I'm going to actually back the boat off, pull it into the dock, and then I've got to run out to the back of the boat, grab my lines, and jump onto the dock. I've got both of my lines set right over here. I've got them rolled up nicely, not tangled, so that I can jump off and I can grab that rope very quickly. That's very convenient if you are launching by yourself, or if you're pulling up to a dock by yourself. Also, if you're pulling into a marina, maybe to get fuel or something, they're sitting right there. A lot of times they send somebody else to help you. Very easy for them to just grab the ropes and help you. I've got my engines running. I'm going to run to the front and I'm going to unhook that strap. Now we're just going to back slowly off, get lined up with the dock. We've got our ropes all nice right here. Now all we've got to do is secure this and pull our trailer out. All right, let's get this boat out of the water. As you can see, I've got my trailer backed in. When I'm retrieving my boat, I like to leave the top of my fenders just out of the water a little bit. Helps me drive up easier without having to worry about sliding back down. Now obviously I've already got the boat back to the dock. I can do a video on docking if you think that'd be helpful to you. Just leave something in the comments. We can make a future video on that. I assume you already got to the dock though. You're ready to pull your boat out of the water on the trailer. I like to, especially in a windy situation like this, I don't really have much of a harbor. If you look out here, I'm right out into the bay. So we get a fairly windy out here, especially on some days. So I like to, whenever possible, I prefer to dock on my port side, but on a windy day, I like the wind pushing me into the dock rather than pushing me away from the dock, especially when you're unloading. That's especially helpful, pulling into the dock. The wind helps you push in rather than pulling you away, especially when you're on your own. I can't talk here. All right, so we're gonna untie the boat. I'm gonna fire it up, I'm gonna untie it, and then we're gonna start driving up. I like to hold the lines in both lines like this, just in case I need to. I can pull the boat forward or back until I'm ready to jump in. bunkers. This is a self-centering trailer. We're coming in just at idle speed. Once we hit those bunkers, it's going to kind of align us, and we're going to give it a little bit of power. Normally I wouldn't have to back up that far, but I didn't want the wind to push me into the dock. I like to come up here, just double check that I'm lined up with my roller, and we're going to give her just a little bit more gas. Set her on just like that. I will typically leave my engines running in forward at idle so that we keeps a little bit of tension on that roller until I get down here and I hook it on. All right, I'm secured. I'm ready to pull out of the water. I'm gonna shut my engines off and I'm gonna pull her out of the water, and that's all there is to it. Now, that's the way I do it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put an end card up right over here. Check out Captain Leon's boating. He does it differently than I do. If my way does not work for you, definitely check out his way, because it might work better for you. This is what I've been doing. This is how I've been doing it for the last several years. It's what works best for me. But everything works different for different people. So make sure you check him out. I'm usually a little bit more short, quick to the point, and he throws a little bit more humor in. So definitely check out Captain Leon. Like I said, got an end card right here for him. If you watch this channel for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, boom, please subscribe.